of who you follow, because you need to understand, you need to research the person you are following and understand the reason why the person is doing it. There's this saying, follow the money. How is it benefiting that person? You will see all these celebrities, they'll be shouting, I'm doing this because of a better Nigeria. I'm doing this because of a better Nigeria. It's not like I'm benefiting from this. It's not like I'm benefiting from this. It's a lie. Oh. Everybody's making their moves. And when you're Mr. Macaroni, you that is shouting, okay, I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm not gaining. Are you losing anything from this? Obviously not. And I will tell you what you are gaining. You are catering the to your target population, the youth, the social media users that are going to be viewing your content, that are going to be giving you all the followership and views that you need to make money on the internet. I'm not discrediting you and I'm not blaming you for anything. You are just playing the game, but people need to understand what's going on. Or people like Auntie Yabo, Auntie Yabo that was very signaling. I was trying to say, okay, let me follow the crowd. Though. This is it. This is it. Mama, we understand you. You don't have a mind of your own. And there are a lot of them out there. Because person be celebrating, no mean say the person to do alright like that too. A lot of these celebrities, they don't even understand what they do. And some of them self cannot. Why some of them can see opportunities? Because the difference between a rich person and a poor person is that rich person can see opportunity and can act on it. Poor person sometimes will see opportunity and because of situation on things might be discouraged not to act on it. All these celebrities, they take advantage of everything that is going on. Someone that is supporting a revolution that knows that okay, if I can align myself with the youth, these people are going to support me. They are going to support my production. They are going to support my content. Obviously, the person is going to do it. It's business at the end of the day. So don't let people to just take advantage of you. Like when they were announcing the results yesterday, I saw an LP, PDP, all of them are aligning. That is what happens at the end of the day. People come together, the politicians they come together. Why you go ahead fighting others because you think one politician is the right guy, or because you think okay because celebrities are supporting this person, okay, this is the fast way to go. Please don't follow the crowd again, I beg. No, no. And the problem I have with this is that majority of people following the followers, they think they understand it, they think they know it all, think they're the smartest guys because they've gone to school. But it's not. You are not smart. You are not better off than those guys, those idiot guys, all those agberos or whatever that were destroying people's business, that were attacking people after they announced that Peter Obi won Lagos. That's like this worst way. That's like a sabotage. That's people trying to sabotage what Tinubu has been doing for 10 years. He didn't send them to do that because everybody's shouting, "Hey, it's Tinubu, it's Tinubu, it's Tinubu." Tinubu knows what is going to get him the win. Tinubu knows that fighting people is not going to get him the win. Destroying people, other people's property is not going to get him the win. He set out to start playing the game and he played his game. He moved his pieces on the board. At, he moved them perfectly. He made his necessary sacrifices. Part of his plan was never violence. Anybody that is out there that is destroying people's property or killing people or beating up people in the name of Tinubu should be arrested and sent to jail. You got so far because nobody sent you. You understand how everything be. So or make all of body open their eyes, observe, observe well. Yes, I know people are all up in their emotion and people cannot really process sometimes. You can't process everything because it's not easy to actually process everything. But you don't attack people. When you are physical, it's a crime. If you get caught, you are going to suffer very well. Better suffer. Suffer will be say in your next generation self go still dey enjoy am. And you that you think that okay, oh, yes, you can do this, you can do this. There is a difference between answers that affects everybody, everybody, and you fighting for another man's political ambition. You fighting for another man's dream. There is a clear difference, though, because that one you are fighting for yourself because you don't want tomorrow that SARS to come and harass you. You don't want to have small money and you have to give it to the police. But this one, you are just putting hope in a man. The- Make we remember, Bible don't talk am. Say never put your trust in men. Never put your trust in men. That's the reason why even I'm not so sure about Jesus Christ because the Bible still actually refers to Jesus Christ as man, as a man. Even that Jesus Christ, I don't think so sure about that. If we are going by that saying of the Bible, there is nobody that is righteous. There is nobody that is Jesus Christ. There is nobody that is a Messiah. A Messiah is not going to save us in this country. Who is going to save us in this country? It's not like he's even saving us. It's just that anybody that is going to do right by this country, agenda and personal ambition and personal goals are going to be aligned with that of the country. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. When my personal goals and my personal ambitions aligns with that of the country, if I'm successful, the country is successful. It's a transaction. I'm successful, the country is successful. That is the only way this country is going to is going to actually make that big change that we are talking about. It's never going to happen overnight. It can happen gradually, gradually. People can come and do their bit and move on. And then if we in the private sector can gather everything together and find a way to make it work, yeah, it can happen like that. But the other way around is just how I just express it now. So okay, now let's go down. Let's go back to the chessboard because we need to actually analyze the game. Now everybody don't calm down. We don't see how things they go. So what happened? Let's explain that. This is a game of chess, and unlike the game of chess that everybody knows, eh, it ends every 4 years. However, the movement you don't start all over again. You don't s- you don't rearrange the pieces all over again. Some people will get completely knocked out of the board, while some people position will still remain the way it is when the game ended, and then they are going to start again after the game has ended and continue for the next 4 years, and then it's going to end again, and so on and so forth. That's how it has been. Atiku has been on this board for more than 18 years. Tinubu joined this game some 10 years ago. Atiku was first vice president. When he was having his ambition to become vice president, then he had an ambition to become the president. So he made his first move some 18 years or so ago. Tinubu set out and made his first move on the board some 10 years ago when he decided that, okay, I'm going to look for someone, I'm going to support this person, I'm going to make this person the president. And that is this, the end result was Buhari. He supported Buhari, he made Buhari president. He formed the right alliance. He used his own party to push Buhari. So all those things he never did for free. Nobody does anything for you for free. Obi, that everybody thinks is not playing, started playing his game some 6 years ago. This one everybody is pretending and everybody is shouting as if I Obi that we just discovered Obi yesterday. That is a big lie. Obi made his first move some 6 years ago, deciding I'm going to become the vice president. Then ran with Atiku and lost. But he remained on the board. Like I explained, he remained in that position on the board. And then when this time comes for this election, he made the move that okay, oh, I'm going to go for the presidency. But it never happened for him. And then, as a sharp guy, as a good politician that he is, as an agba better gamer when he be, he see the opportunity, say, ah, omo, e be like say all these youths, all of them don't gather around me. Oh." Because all those dramas that happened during that time, he was able to sense the support from the youth when the dramas were happening during the primary. He saw it as an opportunity and he didn't let it go. He didn't let it go. He capitalized on it and then he went ahead and contested under another party. And the reason why he did that is not because he wanted to win 2023 presidential election. We need to understand that he never set out to win 2023 presidential election. What his mandate was, what is win for him in this election cycle that just ended, is that he will be able to position himself as the most competent, as the most valuable candidate to go against the regime, coming regime, the present ruling party. And he's been able to do that. Because you ask yourself this question: who is the most positioned now of all individuals in Nigeria to actually oppose Tinubu in the next election? Your answer is there for you: Obi. So everybody is making their moves. You need to understand it for what it is. Nobody is a messiah. Nobody is going to come out and save you. Okay, back to the board. Tinubu made one of the biggest call immediately after he secured the primary, which is the Muslim ticket that people don't even understand. Because then people were shouting that, oh, this guy just shoot himself in the foot. This guy just killed his campaign, this and that, this and that. Muslim is never going to fly. Omo, una no sabi wetin dey happen. Oh. This Baba understand how e dey go. Muslim tickets bought in all those votes that he got from the north. One thing that most people are missing out, especially we be say we dey this Lagos, we dey completely out of touch. We think we know everything that is going on in every part of Nigeria, but we don't. Lagos is not even a battleground when we talk about election in Nigeria. The battleground is in the north. That's the reason why Northerners are more relaxed when it comes to this election. Why Southeast and South candidates have to do more extra to actually be able to win. And another thing that people don't understand, people are shouting bigotry, this and that. You need to understand one thing. This country is divided along tribal lines more than it is divided along political lines. All these politicians understand that. Look at them, see the way they can just flip from one party to another. They can just move and move and move. Their loyalty is never to their party. Their loyalty is always to their ambition. The only thing that is most important that everybody plays on, even Obi played on that this time around, tribalism. Tribal. That tribal land, they know how to navigate it. Tribal and religious line. You have to know how to navigate those two lines to be president in this Nigeria. It is very important. It is more important than okay, you are the best candidate, you are this, you are that. It is more important than revolution, what we call revolution. Because people that are shouting revolution are in Lagos. The battleground is in the north. The battleground is in the north. Let's be real with ourselves. The battleground is in the north. What Baba did, he sacrificed 10 years to work for someone who is a northerner to make the person president twice. And then he made the crazy move of picking a Muslim ticket just to appease the north for him to be able to get what he got from the north. So no be beans, no be small. He sabi wetin they do. He understands what he's doing. And people that are shouting the election is rigged, the election is rigged, the election. You guys don't know understand anything. You don't know jack shit. Yes, the election was tampered with, obviously. We know that. But this election is the reflection of what people decided at the polling unit. Because if you analyze this thing politically, if you analyze this thing strategically, you will understand why this vote was this, why this was this. Even if you look at the South, is that Obi was actually thinking that okay, he's going to get him elected, he's going to do this. Those guys are not even as active as they used to be. The most active part is the North. One of the reasons why it is the battleground, it is the biggest, they have the highest population. So all those things combined together makes the North the battleground. Southeast, he could have done a way better job in Southeast if he had set out to actually win the presidency this time around. But that was not what he came in to do. Because even at the end of the day, people were like, I must see waiting come out of from the Southeast. What came out in that Southeast actually makes people understand at the end. Southeast, South, and South make people understand that okay, this game is beyond what we are thinking it is. See Atiku. Atiku understand the strength. I'm a northern and I know that this is where the battleground is. I know my people are going to always be loyal to me. Yes. And then he played to their strength. He played to his strength. And then he almost got it. But unfortunately, Baba was smarter than him. Baba understand that Tinubu understand what is going to take to beat Atiku in the north. Because you don't need to beat him. You don't need to win. You just need to come close second. And that was what he was able to do. That was that was the plan right from time. It was never that okay, I want to win the whole 36 state or I want to win the north or this is no, come close second in the north. The southwest is secured. Find one state or two states and win them in the southwest and southeast, southeast and south, and everything came in line. Everything. He made some losses. He made some bigger wins. He made he was winning the battles slow and steady. People were looking at it in a big people they would think is people that were looking at the bigger picture couldn't see how he was winning the small battles. But that was what he was doing all through. He was winning those battles small. But everything added up together. Now he's president. Some people are shouting this is the number of population in Nigeria, this is the numbers of people that apply for this, this is it. Most of us are not active. Let's be honest with ourselves. Most of us are not active. Some people because they can't really understand the system. You can't fault them for that. Some people because they understand the system and they are like it's not worth it. It doesn't benefit me to actually go all out in for someone that I can't trust. Those people are there. Some people are scared of violence. Those people are there. Some of us we're still living Nigeria 2 months, 3 months in drones. We're coming to the election, and then you're asking where are those people? Where are those people? That's where they. That's the population spread all over now. If you had everybody together, you think say you know go complete. So now so it be everything, everything. Everything again. This you can say okay, you can pull an Hail Mary in a senatorial election. You can pull an Hail Mary in a governorship election. But in a presidential election, you want to rule this country that is divided three tribes. You have to work for it. You can't just pull an Hail Mary. Obi knew that. All of una no sabi. He understand that. He knows enough you pull Hail Mary. He knows say he got spend his time. He got spend years. Years in politics is currency. How many years can you invest in positioning yourself to be that guy? Yeah? He understood that and was able to do that. That's what he's doing. And don't be surprised if he becomes the president in the next 4 years, in the next 8 years, because he's on the chessboard and he's way ahead. So kudos to Obi, respect to Obi. But people just need to understand how the game is played. People need to understand how the game is played because a lot of people think because I can do one plus one, I understand politics. No, you don't. You don't. And I'm not saying this because me, I understand everything. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we need to sit back and observe before we become invested. We need to sit back and observe and see how things are playing out. Then you now decide for yourself if you can comprehend. If you can't, yeah, just go with your emotions, just go with your mind, just go with your guts. But if you can figure things out, yeah, fine. I'm not going to blame anybody for being all up in their emotion. I understand how the country is. I understand what it takes to be a Nigerian. It's not easy. It's not an easy job. So I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying this. That is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth fighting your neighbor for. Because it's another man's ambition that you are fighting your neighbor for, not your own ambition. Like this thing on the trend since. Say if Obi enter, if Atiku enter, if Tinubu enter, if you know Ozu, you go still suffer. That thing is very true. All of us we know. So we got still Ozu well. We go sit down, say Messiah go save you. If Jesus come this election, eh? If Jesus come this election, come contest, come play by this earthly rule where we dey use. The guy go need to manipulate not to talk of normal human beings. So now so it be. This is we are not subjected to the heavenly rule. We are subjected to this earth rule. This is not an ideal world. So don't think, okay, yes, everything's supposed to be perfect. Nigeria is supposed to be great. Nigeria is supposed to be yes, Nigeria is supposed to be great. Because at the end of the day, if Nigeria is great, it's good for all of us. It's good for me as an individual. It's good for every politician as an individual if Nigeria is great. I understand that part. And they understand that part. But they will first look for their pocket first. They will first look at how they can achieve that ambition that they've had since 5 years old, 10 years old, 16 years old. Who knows? Everybody dreams. You have your own dream, you have your own ambition. They have their own ambition. Most of them want to become president. They are not very hard to spot. You can tell people who have the ambition to become the next president by just looking and observing. So please, understand how it be.